and we're off with more reviews of the offer cars this week in GTA Online. And we're back with this, which for some players will be a very strange offer. But before I get to the review, there's something I forgot to mention in the last video. The arenas are on offer this week, so if you're getting short on garage space, get over there and upgrade your arena and buy the 2 extra floors of garage space. You'll thank me for that. So this is the Karin S95, which even in standard trim is pretty quick. I mean, this thing is really quick. However, this does qualify for HSW. So if you put the HSW upgrades on and max all those out, it goes from being pretty quick to being absolutely mind-bendingly quick. Put it this way, I don't think I'm going to beat the Niobe, but I have a good sense that this might be a reasonably close second. Now, let's look at the offer first, because I said it was a strange offer, and the reason for that is if you are on Expanded and Enhanced, in order to unlock the HSW upgrades, you first have to do Howe's Race, in which he gives you the Turismo Classic, and you have to beat his lap time round a fairly long circuit. It's not particularly difficult. It's one of those races where you actually, if you're struggling to do it, you're probably going too fast. The key to getting around Howe's Race, if you're struggling with it, is usually just to slow down a bit, because there's actually plenty of time to finish that race and beat his time. If you just, I'm not going to say plod round, but you don't have to be absolutely gunning it like I am here. Now when you've been through that race, you get 2 rather lovely rewards. Well, I suppose 3 if you include the ability to have HSW upgrades. So it unlocks the HSW upgrades, it gives you your first HSW upgrade for free, and it gives you a free car, which is, yep, you guessed it, the S95. So if you're on Expanded and Enhanced, then the offer on this car is one of the worst ones you could possibly imagine, because it involves you paying for a car that you can get for free. Now, where does that leave those of you who aren't on Expanded and Enhanced? Well, for previous gen PlayStation and Xbox, unfortunately there's not much you can do, because I don't think Expanded and Enhanced will ever come to those platforms. However, the rumours are strong that Expanded and Enhanced is coming to PC, and if it does, and if they mirror everything else in the console version, there's a very good chance that you might be able to get this car for free when you complete Howe's Race in order to unlock HSW on PC. Now, whether you choose to do that is entirely up to you. I have no information that tells me the offer will be the same. They do usually match all the offers, so it would be unusual for something to be available on one platform and not on the other. So provided they keep that free car on the consoles, I would imagine that you'll also be able to pick this up for free on the new PC Expanded and Enhanced when it finally does hit, assuming it does hit, which is something that in general we're expecting probably around Christmas, maybe with the Christmas update, maybe just before, I don't know. It comes from Tez2 on Twitter, or X should I say. It's not absolutely confirmed, but it's very strongly believed that it's going to happen. So, we better start talking about the actual car, and as you can see by this lap time, it really is quick. It's just like all of the other HSW cars in that, well, I say all of the other, it's like all of the other really quick HSW cars, like the Niobe, like the Stinger GT, PDQ, RS, PV, whatever, and the Hakuchu Drag, in that these things are so quick, you really have to concentrate while you're driving them, because things come at you a lot faster than you're probably used to. Now, unlike the Stinger TT, the handling on this is better. It's not brilliant. It's not brilliant by a long shot. But what I find with the TT is it's got a really dull front end, and it really reacts badly to bumps, and that makes that thing really quite difficult to control at times. Whereas this doesn't have the same problems. In a way, it has different ones, but they make it more controllable. So it's got a very spiky front end, so it turns in a little bit more quickly than you'd like at times. It's also very loose at the back end, so it's quite easy to lose control. Now that said, it does have a decent amount of power, so when you do lose control, it's not that difficult to bring it back. It's a very long-winded way of saying this thing is a bit of a handful. but if you can tame it, then you will get some solid lap times. This is a good car for racing in its class because it's easily one of the fastest. The only problem is it's a little bit underwhelming to look at. I think it's I believe based on the Toyota GT84, which you might also know as the Subaru BRZ or BRZ. I'll keep getting it in. Which in real life is a reasonably pretty car, but a touch underwhelming. You know, it's, I suppose you could say at times it's dramatic, but I struggle to say it's pretty. It just looks wise, it feels a little bit dull. There's a reasonable amount of customization. You can do a really decent kind of tuner mod on this, but this is one of a few cars that I've changed a couple of times. Usually when I do a customization, I tend to like it and I tend to leave it. This is at least the third version of this car that I've had, and I'm still not happy with it. I just can't get it to look how I like, and I can't quite put my finger on why. I guess if you look at my recent video on cars with personality, this would kind of fit into that camp, because it's a really good car, but something about it just falls flat for me. And it's got everything you would want. It's really quick, decent customization, handling, whilst a little bit tricky, is better than a lot of cars that are this quick, but something about it, for me at least, falls a little bit flat. So for that reason, I rarely use it. Should you buy it? Well, it's a fast car on whatever platform you're on, as you can see here, with an absolutely astonishing lap time of 7:37. And here's where it sits on the lap board. And as you'll see, that puts it right near the top of the board. Obviously it didn't beat the Niobe. I don't know if anything will ever beat the Niobe, but still 7:37, solid lap time. Should you buy it? Entirely up to you. If I were on PC, I might be inclined to wait till Expanded and Enhanced comes out and see if I can get it for free. So I hope that was useful. Take care of yourselves. I'll see you in the next one.